Welcome back to our little channel. My name is Manti, and today I want to talk to you a bit about the MAUS, the tier 10 super heavy tank that everybody knows and everybody loves to hate. They say it's too slow for today's meta, which it is. They say the armor doesn't work anymore, to which I say yes and no. Sure, it doesn't work head-on as you would expect of many of the very armored tanks in World of Tanks, but it just brings this giant package of armor that if used correctly with your ton of hit points, you can do a lot of crazy things with it. So here on Karelia, I decide I definitely want to get up on the hill, and I'm going to spend my armor and my hit points to get up there. So of course I do take a few initial shots, but at the point where I can finally angle my hull a little bit more, I will bounce a lot of the enemy shells. And just like that, in a few seconds, I am basically safe up on the hill with 2,300 hit points blocked. And now, with the M60 dead, I can claim the hill for my own and actually fight for it. So, quickly about my equipment choices, which for some reason the mod just stopped working on this attempt to record this video. So I do have a turbo, which is mandatory. I do have hardening, which is definitely mandatory because you want to increase those hit points, right? And I do use a rotational device. Now, instead of a rotational device, most people do and should use a rammer, but I just want to rotate my hull and my turret faster than the enemy expects. Okay, I am now on the hill and I get a free shot on the E5, and because this is an older replay, you will see that the aiming circle is bugged in this replay, so it's always aimed in and also small in size. So this is not what it looked like exactly during my game. Try to fix it, nothing I can do about it. Oh well, just keep it in mind. Now, what you will see me do a lot, especially in this game, I'm always thinking about who can shoot me and from what side, because the TDs in the enemy base probably have shots on me, so you will see me angle my hull and angle my turret in a way that will make it hard for the enemies to penetrate me from the enemy base. Okay. There's an E5, he was hiding his cupola, so I had no chance against him. Now he's a one-shot, and actually he's down to being destroyed by HE, so I did reload an HE shell, but the E5 decides to go away. So I want to wait a bit to get unspotted, not to get hit by those TDs. The FV, the Yak Panzer is going to be back in there. I'm going to quickly check what my team is doing. But they're chilling back there, it's fine, it's fine. I want to win this hill and I want to fight the IS-7 for it. So here, again, I go forward, I find the E5, again, load an HE shell and see if I can do anything about it. But I'm always mindful on my left about those TDs. Now, HE shell the E5 into the side, the Yak Panzer shoots HE at me, maybe he couldn't find a good shot with his heat, I don't know. Who knows? I didn't actually need HE for the E5. Okay, Mr. IS-7 tries to push me, but my TDs are definitely not on point. So 2k spotting for that, 1.5k spotting for that. Why not? And now the hill is mine. I used my armor and I used my hit points to get on the hill as the first person on my team and a MAUS, and now I can do whatever I want with it. I can just stare at an FV, and because I don't like this shot, I will just never take this shot. So instead, I'm just going to continue fighting the enemy heavies from the top of the hill, use my advantage, use this position, and I haven't done too much damage. I've done a lot of spotting for my TDs, and from here on, we are going to win this game. And my MAUS play on this hill probably quite a bit, because my team also wouldn't be pushing the middle if the enemy retained the control of the hill. Anyway, since nothing more interesting happens in this game, let's quickly jump over and let's talk more about how to angle the MAUS armor. Now, of course, the MAUS armor looks amazing at first glance because you are shooting it with standard, and nobody should shoot it with standard rounds. Immediately when you just load gold. You will notice the giant cheeks that are a big weak point. Also the lower plate is a big weak point. And the upper plate isn't that amazing either, really. That's why you should always go in front of your enemies on a bit of an angle. And if you learn to get the angle correctly, you will present your enemy with this. They will stare at you sometimes for quite a long time, and then they will just lose patience and try to pen you. And if they don't penetrate you, good for you. If they do penetrate you, you still have 3,500 hit points, and you can just turn your turret, snap them back, take off 490 HP from them, and this is how a MAUS can win by using his armor and also its hit points. It's just not all about the armor. Of course, there is a weak point right next to the mantlet, and the amazing skill for LTE website has this advanced mode that shows spaced armor penetrations correctly. So this is definitely a weak point that a lot of people know about. But if you move about a bit and go back and forth, it's still not the easiest thing to shoot ever. And also, if you do get the gun inside of the tank, that still counts as a bit of an armor, so it's not that easy to pull off every time. Now, of course, if somebody loads like a 375 millimeter APCR, like the E3 has, it's still not all green, right? You still have a decent chance to pull off some miracle bounces. So even against those shells, this angle is advised. Now, this angle, and you will see me do it a lot in the next few games, is I always try to stick the back corner of my turret right past the side of the tank, and that means I can find the correct angle. Now, I have 4 more games to show you, or 4 more engagement, not full games, because full MAUS games are a bit too long. So let's jump into game number 2. Now this next game is going to be on Paris, and as you can see from the matchmaking, I get lucky and there are tier 9s and tier 8 tanks, and that's why I want to be aggressive. But even among tier 9s, especially against tier 9s, you have to know, at least roughly, what kind of penetration the enemy tanks have. So you have to know if they have 340 heat, maybe like the AE phase 1, or if they had pretty bad penetration. For example, like that Centurion 7-1, we will get to him later. So I want to wait here for the enemy team to arrive, and let's see what actually comes here, and how much of the enemy team comes to the rework medium flank. It's going to be a bit of waiting, but finally the mod showing my equipment that started working again. Old replays, what can I do? It's not even that old, it's somewhere in December. So there is the first shot, and the AMBT doesn't really take a safe ride through there, so he eats a shot from me. BZ176, BZ166, very important distinction there. He's probably not going to be happy to meet me. And there doesn't seem to be any more tanks coming. The enemy MAUS is quite passive back there. So I am going to be aggressive and I'm going to go forward. Good shot through the front, and again, you saw me automatically just turn my turret away when it looked like he was going to fire at me. Okay, clean shot through the side of the turret. 1,400 hit points taken already. This T-54 E1, what he's trying to do is trying to get a different angle on me. He does have heat loaded. I don't remember what his heat is, but I know it's not 340. It's probably 300, 280, 310. It's not amazing heat. So as long as I maintain my angle, he's going to struggle to go through me. And now that I know he's empty, I'm going to return the favor. So as you can see, bounce the T-54E1, bounce the BZ166, because I know they don't have amazing heat penetration. Okay, he was unluckily presenting a strip of armor behind the tracks there, so I shoot him again. He is going to be really trapped in there, and if he's loaded already, it doesn't matter, he's loading into the garage now. Now, these guys above me are pushing in, and with the E100, it's important to note which of the two guns he's using. So let's try to play against these guys. Now, I'm going to back up on the ramp, Funny thing is the MAUS with the bond turbo. Hello, Mr. E100. Okay, you want a ride? I just took 800 of your hit points. He's using the big gun. As I was saying, the... Hold on. Let's enjoy this a bit. I tried to get the engine deck shot, but I didn't quite get there. And now I want to make his life hard. So I'm angling my turret and going back and forth so he doesn't get free shots. And here I did take the engine deck shot correctly there. As I tried to explain, the MAUS actually backwards goes at like 20 or 22 kilometers per hour, so a lot of the time it doesn't even make sense to turn around. Now, to the Centurion 7-1, I for a fact know that his gold isn't APCR or healed. His gold is hash. So at the best he has like, I don't know, is it 240, 250 on the standard APCR, and he is not a threat to me. That BZ also is going to fall to my mates. There is a Foch B in the back that has other issues, but I will take the free shot. And then we have this MAUS who has definitely joined the party a bit too late. So let's play against him as well. Now, because I have the MAUS armor in my head quite a bit. Oh, ouch. I know when he's about to over angle, I'm going to angle correctly, and I do get probably like an Amrek critical on him as well, possibly the fuel tanks as well, although they are going to be a bit more forward in the MAUS. And the last BZ is going to fall as well, and 5,000 damage in such a short game in a MAUS is just, I find it so consistent in MAUS, and I know other people do not. Okay, let's jump into the next one. Of course, not always you can be the aggressive one and you will be the attacking one. Sometimes in World of Tanks you will be on the back foot, basically from the start. And this Glacier game is going to be just all about that. So I am going to slowly test the waters with the side of my turret. Of course, the replay bug with the aiming circle is still there. I will take a clean shot on the IS-7, but this can opener has taken a forward bit, and they are actually going to be quite aggressive against us, and they are going to be quite successful as well. So another good shot against the IS-7, but already I'm feeling like this isn't quite working out, right? This isn't going to be great. The Type 5 Heavy is also trying to find the spot, but it's hard to play here against you know, two corners, I guess, at the same time. So I'm going to let the Type 5 Heavy try. I'll find the lower plate of the annoying can opener, and he will also find me. But again, a trade I will gladly take. I have way more hit points and I have a bigger alpha. Now there's a third corner to take care of. A MAUS has entered the chat. So this is not going to be easy to angle my armor against all of these guys. Now I'm waiting for the enemy MAUS to peek and shoot him in the cheek or maybe in the lower plate. I do shoot him, he shoots me back. Okay, it's an even trade. Since we are on the back foot, not awful, not amazing, right? Okay, we do have a Kranvan. Now the Kranvan is going to try to get a shot on me. Angling against the MAUS, he tries, he fails to get me, and he's going to be actually angling back, so just gonna take a look at him and just realize he's doing it properly. He's waiting for me to make a mistake, and I'm just not going to fire. I'm just going to keep waiting for him. I'll try to find the shot somewhere, but it's tempting. The armor flashlight is tempting, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I would just give him time to fire back. It's not worth it, I said. Stop aiming there. It's... oh. Well, we will see. We will see a bit. So 2000 damage done, and it still feels like we are getting just way too pushed back. Okay, Mr. MAUS decided play. I take the first shot. He shoots at somebody? It doesn't. Okay. So he took it. I fired first, I snapped my shot, I turned my turret back so he didn't shoot me in the end. Okay, Mr. Can Opener? No, that's the 60 TP. Also an annoying lower plate, right? Anyway, I still managed to hit the 60 TP, but I am slowly running out of friends, and there's a lot of enemies against me. Now this IS-7, I don't quite roll him, so that's a shame. I leave him on 4 hit points. This Kanban is trying to get me, this S-Conqueror is trying to get me, but again, I'm angling and I'm surviving. Take out one of the guns. I want to also take out the IS-7. I really want to take that gun out and maybe try to turn this around, right? Okay, let's try 60 CP. I didn't realize he was going to get loaded, so that's not a great trade, but I do manage to get his cupola in there. Close enough for that sort of thing, at least. And, okay, Mr. Canoper, that's a bit too far. Better trade for me, but it's just not going great. As you can see, the MAUS has a lot of staying power. I'm just sitting here. The enemies either don't... Oh, Mr. Kranvani shouldn't have done that. I just shoot the back of his, the side of the back of his... Oh, poor guy. The MAUS, as I said, has a lot of staying power, so I'm just sitting still right here, and they either have to shoot past me or they have to try to get through my turret. And luckily that IS-7 doesn't quite get me. Now, will I get the IS-7? I won't. I had HE loaded for the IS-7, but sadly the cannon opener went for and took it instead of him. Now finally the enemies decide to push against me. I need to hide behind the cannon opener so the 60p can't shoot me. Of course he could in the end. I took a very big shot, and this is going to be the end. I'm still trying the best I can to angle against the cannon opener, but the IS-7, who I didn't manage to find at the back there with the HE shot, finishes me off. But still, 5,800 damage done, and my team is going to win this because the heavies did manage to stay in the game long enough for the rest of the map to circle around. This still was worth it, and still a great and amazing result at the end, even when we were on the back foot. Okay, let's go into the next game. Alright, game number 4, Fisherman's Bay. Let's see how this one goes. Now, right at the start, what you're going to notice, and what I notice, is that while waiting for some enemies to peek that corner, that 705 has made an amazing positional play. He's hiding his lower plate on the ledge of the harbor there, and as you can see, he's not going to actually be that easy to deal with, unless somebody does something about it. Now, I decide to do something about it. I decided what we need is to craft some more angles against him. So while he's getting peppered by RT for 51 damage or whatever that was, and going slowly through our team, we already lost 2 or 3 tanks to M2. I will find an angle or him, and with the armor flashlight I will wait for him to look at the other guys. I'm gonna present on my armor. I'm not interested in losing hit points for nothing. So only actually he's saying no, I'm saying yes. So maybe he's on a blocking mission, but I didn't realize that at the time. So when he's going to turn to the left, I'm gonna return the favor. E4 goes through him as well, and what he thought was an amazing position, sadly for him, quickly turns into a bit of a bad one. Okay, I didn't manage to get that. He did shoot me for 600, but as you can see down there, 600 hit points is not a whole lot to MAUS. So we will slowly go through him. Now, one thing to note is because you are spotting from a point in the middle of your tank, sometimes it can be an issue because you are showing your cheek before your spotting point, so sometimes you can get shot into your cheek before you spot who has actually shot you. Now, Object 705A is on 11 hit points. I am going to load the HE, and even if the MAUS tries to save his friend, we will take him out. I probably hit the track, so I did 0 damage to him. And Mr. MAUS, it might have been a good place for a 705A, but you don't have enough armor for that though. So this is, for a MAUS, you really want your enemies to be just in the same place so you can angle against all of those. So easy shot through the lower plate. The 705A has been dealt with. There's an IS-7 around the corner as well. Mr. MAUS is continuing to lose his hit points. And I am thinking what we can do next and when the enemies are. Everybody has been spotted. The light and 2684 on the right of me could be an issue. So eventually I decide to play against this IS-7, and he's gonna pick me at the wrong moment. So he snaps a shot at me. The IS-7, not a good snapping tank, so he doesn't get the shot in, and the Rinoceronte also decides to join. So again, you see, angle my turret as best as I can, Mr. Rinoceronte. And what you can do also with the MAUS is you can bait with the front of your tank, because the lower plate isn't actually 100% pen if you angle it. Sometimes people will shoot your lower plate or your side and bounce, and then you can just continue going forward and deal with it. Okay, 2684, Mister. This is, I don't want to shoot HE through all those things. I probably should have, and I don't penetrate the weak point there. But again, Mr. 261 is helping me out here deal with the low HP fry. And here, Mr. Travis joins me against the Rinoceronte and the IS-7, and somewhere the 430U. So again, try to bait with my front, but the IS-7 there taking a chunk of my hit points away. So going to angle my side, get him well and good, and again a low HP enemy, and this time the Dravets takes him out. So Mr. Rinoceronte is going to try to play against I guess less armored tank, the Dravets, and I'm saying no, leave my friend alone. So I let the Dravets also shoot him in the side. Oh, 430U from the back, that's not a great thing to do. And the Rinoceronte has lost all his shells. He is on 11 hit points once again. I finish him off, and it's time to turn my attention to this pesky 430U. Now the Travis is going to try to get him, but sadly he got penetrated there, so I need to help him, and I want him to play a bit safe, not lose his tank. I need him, but he does get destroyed. Can I get a shot on the 430U? Sadly, I cannot. So he has escaped me. Now, playing against the light in there, maybe I can get the shot off. You could say with the rammer I would get the reload, but then again, maybe I wouldn't have the turret rotation to do other stuff. So I prefer to play without the rammer and with the rotational device, as you've seen. Now this object, it's going to be a bit of a hunt, because I have no idea where he is. Anyway, while we are waiting for the object to finally appear, let me say a few more things. I've played the MAUS quite a bit in December on the way to the Taschenratte. I did get 2 marks on it, and even with a lot of the tier 11s in the game, I've just done like so consistent games in it. These 5 games that I'm showing you were, I don't know, between 8 and 10 games, and there could be more that I could show you. The thing is, with the MAUS, you have to be in the mood. Hello, 430U. He actually shot the fence with heat, so the heat didn't go through, and I also missed him. So, Mr. 430U, what is it going to be? I have the 2 RTs behind me, so of course, there's 1, there's 2, but 430U doesn't manage to get me with standard rounds. That's a bit of a mistake, I guess, and I do snap him back. Now, for my mission, I need to get 4 kills. I got 2, so I'm going to load HE. I'm going to shoot the T92, and easy. I'm going to finish this mission by just shooting what I'm loading right now, the HE against this Conqueror, right? Should be pretty easy. Should be very easy. Let's go to the last game. So as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the previous game ending. I find the MAUS a consistent tank to play, but you have to really get it into your head the correct angle and the correct playstyle. So it's a bit for me like the BR, maybe like the Char 75, some of the auto reloaders as well. You have to get it under your skin, and that's why just with the other tanks I play the MAUS either a lot or not at all. It's not a tank I would just play one game in an evening with. So there's that. Anyway, for this game on Redshire, I don't feel too great. We have the KR1 up there, we have a KR1 in the back, there's a Jagdpanzer E100 in there, there's a Taschenratte. I don't feel very comfortable in here, and you will see me play quite a bit more in the back. Now this KR1, he has to overpeak so much to shoot us, so that wasn't worth it. But I'm just going to be a bit more passive here. The enemy MAUS, he is doing the correct thing by angling his tank until he isn't, and you can't do that. You can't expose your cheek against so many guns. Actually, it's very hard to play against so many guns because there's always going to be somebody loaded against you. So that's not a great thing to do. Oh, Taschenratte is not going to be an easy thing to deal with my 311 millimeters of penetration. But let's try it. Taschenratte gets me with one of his small guns. There's a turret flying off. So I do manage to find the side of him, but he finds me back. And the KR1. I'm going to check, yeah, that was the face of my turret. And I have done 2,500 damage. It's not too bad. There's way too many enemies in front of us. Actually, anything that's spotted, apart from the two STRVs, everything is right in front of us. Okay, the Jagdpanzer is out, but still I feel like there is damage to be done. So I want to be careful, but somehow, because the enemy mediums are peeling off to defend, I'm going to get quite a few shots in. Okay, I think I hit the Taschenratte there instead of the MAUS, so that's a shame. 3k damage now. Let's see his KR1, but I have to be so careful about who is aiming at me. That's unfortunate. But again, as I said, MAUS, you will get some miracle bounces. It just has a lot of just overall armor. Okay, Mr. KR1, what is this? What is this peak? What is this sideway push? Now I feel like the KR1, the friendly one in front of me, is going to get taken out, and I don't feel comfortable in here. So I did pull back a bit. I get a nice shot at the enemy KR1 and luckily penetrate his stupidly armored cupola. And then I realize this is looking better than it was just 20 seconds ago, so I'm just going to go back again, just re-evaluate. 4k damage down, good shot at the side of the pike nose on the IS-7 as well. Let's see if we can get a bit more out of this. And considering how many enemies we had in front of us just a moment ago, you can see the mediums peeled off a bit, the STRVs were on the hill. I lost a friend right in front of me, and let's see, a lot of these enemies are actually on very low hit points. So let's see if we can get this over with. Do manage to find his lower plate, but we trade basically even shots. But again, I have more hit points than him, so I will take that. Okay, I have to be careful about the bad chat. Angle my turret again. He tries, he fails. Get the side of his pike or shoulder or whatever that is on the KR1, and happy about that one. Mr. MAUS, you're next. You're no, never mind. 780 also does penetrate me in standard rounds, but it's okay. I still have 1,200 hit points, and there's not too many enemies left. I can just... but there's one enemy left now, and I know where to penetrate a MAUS. And just like that, 6,000 damage against a matchup that I thought was pretty bad against me, but this gun snaps this armor works, and if it doesn't, 3,500 hit points. I love the MAUS. Okay, nothing interesting anymore is going to happen with the enemy team. They're just going to be plinking kills from the back. So let's pause it now. There we go. There's a bounce for you there. So if you did like this video, let us know down in the comments, and we will see you in the next one.